Good afternoon, Western Washington, and happy Thursday. I'm Matthew Fab with Western Washington Weather, and today we're going to take a look at the forecast for the next few days as we look at a warmer pattern coming in and potential for some rain at the end of this week. Next week. Taking a look at satellite imagery right now, take a look at some of these thunderstorms going on across eastern Washington, just firing along this line right here, moving down toward I-90. Pretty interesting to see. Otherwise, pretty calm across western Washington, partly sunny in some areas, mostly cloudy in others. These clouds are starting to slowly move out of the area. Taking a look at our precipitation over the last 48 hours, you can see out here on the coast, we got up to an inch in some cases, a little bit less as you go south on the coast, there about a half inch. Here in the interior, you can see about a half inch or so around Portland, a little bit less going up toward Olympia, and then you can see across the Seattle metro area, you had a bit of rain shadowing due to the Cascade Mountains. Bear Gulch Fire got about a half inch of rain, and Seattle and Tacoma got about a quarter inch, a little bit more just north of Seattle. There was some convergence zone activity, and then up toward Bellingham, up toward an inch of rain, half inch to an inch there going up toward the BC border. Pretty nice to see, and then the typical rain shadow across the northeast Olympic Peninsula. So overall, pretty nice round of rain for August. This is our first rain in 40 days at my house in Federal Way, so it's really nice to just get some rain at all. So now taking a look at our overall pattern, you can see we're going to dry out quite a bit here as we have this really big ridge building offshore as we go over the next few days. That is going to continue as we go into next week, and then you can see that ridge starts to flatten out and move back off west, and we get a little bit of troughing there off to our northeast. But then as we go into Thursday, take a look at this troughing shown on the European model here, bringing potential for a lot more rain into the area as we go into Thursday, Friday, Saturday at the end of this week, but we'll have to, at the end of next week. So over a week out now, we're going to have to kind of watch to see how this plays out, if it actually is something that's going to happen. There's a bit of model disagreement, so we'll have to watch that over the next few days. Taking a look at precipitation type forecast here, you can see how we have showers across the area today, diminishing as we go through the evening, and then we remain dry all the way through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then into Monday and Tuesday, maybe a few showers on Tuesday, the North Cascades, and we remain dry until that trough starts to move in next Wednesday, and then that could potentially bring some more rain Thursday, Friday as well, all the way possibly into Saturday. So that's something we have to watch closely. But looking more in the near term here, we are going to be dealing with some warm temperatures. So you can see today highs likely in the upper 60s to low 70s, similar to yesterday, mid 60s on the coast, maybe mid 70s south toward Longview, Kelso, Portland areas. And then as we go into Friday, you can see we will update this to the latest forecast. Friday, highs in the mid 70s from Seattle northward, and from Seattle southward, highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. And then on the coast, highs in the mid to upper 60s. Going into Saturday, we start to warm up more as that ridge continues to build eastward into the area. Seattle northward, highs in the mid to upper 70s. Seattle southward, highs in the upper 70s to mid 80s. Mid to upper 80s there around Portland and southwest Washington. And then on the coast there, highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. On Sunday, that heat really gets going there. From Seattle northward, highs on Sunday in the upper 70s to mid 80s. From Seattle southward, highs in the mid-80s to low 90s. And those low 90s will be pretty isolated there on Sunday, but it is something to watch out for. You can see from Olympia southward, highs in the upper 80s to mid-90s. 96 showing up there in Portland and Vancouver. And then you can see on the coast, really nice day out there. Highs in the low to mid-70s, maybe some upper 70s as well. Then on Monday, that flow switches back on shore. We cool down a few degrees on the coast in the mid-70s, but it gets a little bit warmer across parts of the metro area, with highs from Seattle northward in the upper 70s to mid-80s again, and from Seattle southward in the mid-80s to low 90s, mid-90s again around southwest Washington and the Portland metro area. Then as we go into Tuesday, we start to cool down ahead of that potential system, with highs dropping back down to the mid-70s, Seattle northward, upper 70s to low 80s, Seattle southward, mid-80s in southwest Washington, and then back to the mid-60s on the coast. So we'll have to continue watching, see how temperatures behave after this, depending on if we get those systems moving in the middle to end of next week. Now I wanted to point out here the Bear Gulch fire. It calmed down a bit over the last couple days with some of those cooler conditions, but you can see we got some more heat signatures there as the fire starts to ramp back up a little bit over the next few days. We'll kind of see what happens as we get these hotter days with some northerly flow, drying things out a bit. It's likely going to push the fire south here a little bit, so we'll see what happens with that. We may get some more smoke off it as well. You can see that acreage there, 5,136 acres, so it is now over 5,000. So pretty interesting to see the progression of this fire, and we'll have to continue watching it closely over these next few weeks here. And then just wanted to point out again that that system that moved through yesterday and today really cleared out our air. Look at how nice and good the air quality is across not just western Washington, but eastern Washington as well. It is really nice out there, really nice and clean air for the first time in quite a while. So it is nice to have that, much less haze around, and it's nice to just see all the green here on the air quality map. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe here to Western Washington Weather. I just passed 1,300 subscribers. It'll be great to see that continue to grow. And follow me on Blue Sky on Twitter and the Western Washington Weather Facebook group. And I will continue doing more videos here over the next few days as we look at the heat and then potential rain next week. So thank you all very much for watching, and I will talk to you all later.